Max the mouse lived in a cozy little hole in the wall of an old farmhouse. Every day, he would explore the house for crumbs and little treats. One day, while searching for food, Max found a trail of cheese leading to the attic. The cheese smelled delicious, but Max had heard stories about the attic being a scary place filled with strange noises and shadows. Max hesitated, but his curiosity got the better of him. He decided to follow the trail, nibbling on pieces of cheese as he went, wondering where it would lead. Max carefully climbed the stairs to the attic, each step creaking under his tiny paws. The attic was dimly lit, with only a few rays of sunlight streaming through the dusty windows. Old furniture and forgotten items were scattered around, casting long shadows that made the attic feel eerie. Max's heart raced as he continued to follow the cheese trail, which led him deeper into the attic. He could hear faint rustling noises and the occasional creak of the floorboards. Despite feeling scared, Max kept going, determined to find out where the cheese trail ended. Suddenly, he heard a soft voice calling his name. Max, Max. Max's heart pounded as he looked around, trying to find where the voice was coming from. Out of the shadows stepped a small, fluffy creature with big eyes and a friendly smile. It was a young squirrel named Sophie. "Hi, Max. Don't be scared," Sophie said kindly. "I left the cheese trail for you. I've seen you around the farmhouse and thought we could be friends." Max sighed in relief. He wasn't alone in the attic after all. Sophie explained that she lived in the attic and loved to collect little treasures, like the cheese. She invited Max to explore with her, promising that it wasn't as scary as it seemed. With Sophie by his side, Max felt much braver. The two new friends began to explore the attic together. Sophie showed Max her collection of shiny objects and cozy hiding spots. They found an old toy chest filled with colorful marbles and buttons, and they played with them, rolling them across the dusty floor. As they explored, Max realized that the attic wasn't so scary after all. With Sophie's help, he discovered hidden nooks and crannies, each one holding a new surprise. They even found a secret passage that led to a small window with a beautiful view of the farm outside. Max was glad he had followed the cheese trail. Not only had he found a new friend, but he had also discovered the fun and excitement of exploring new places. As Max and Sophie were having fun, they suddenly heard a loud thud from the other side of the attic. Both of them froze, their hearts racing. "What was that?" Max whispered, feeling his earlier fear creeping back. Sophie's eyes widened, but she quickly put on a brave face. "It's probably just the wind," she said, though she didn't sound too sure. The noise came again, louder this time, followed by a scratching sound. Max and Sophie exchanged nervous glances. "Maybe we should go see what it is," Max suggested, his voice trembling. Despite being scared, he didn't want to leave Sophie to face it alone. Holding each other's paws for courage, they slowly moved towards the sound, determined to find out what was making the noise. As Max and Sophie cautiously approached the source of the noise, they saw a large shadow moving in the dim light. Max gulped, and Sophie squeezed his paw. But as they got closer, they realized the shadow wasn't a monster at all. It was a big, fluffy cat. The cat, who introduced herself as Whiskers, had gotten herself tangled in a bunch of old yarn. She wasn't scary at all. In fact, she looked rather embarrassed. "Oh, I didn't mean to frighten you," Whiskers said, her voice gentle. "I just wanted to play, but now I'm stuck." Max and Sophie looked at each other and smiled. Together, they helped Whiskers untangle herself from the yarn. Grateful, Whiskers offered to be their friend and even promised to protect them from any real dangers in the attic. With Whiskers by their side, Max and Sophie felt safer than ever. The attic was no longer a place of fear, but a place of friendship and fun. They knew they could face any challenge as long as they had each other.